Hello and welcome back to Real Talk with Rayne. I'm back once again with Gabe.
That's me. Hello.
Gabe is our regular co-host because that's just how it is now.
At this point, I should have my name on the podcast.
You really should. You really should. I'll get right on that. Uh, I'll rebrand and everything. It'll be fine.
Oh,
Uh,
thanks.
Nobody cares anyway. It's all good. We only get like 20 views.
Oh, 20 whole people listening to my voice? Oh my God.
That's crazy. It's like a room full of people.
It is. I'm talking to a room full of people right now, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Ah, it's all good. They adore you, I'm sure. Leave a
Oh, thank
like
you.
below if you adore Gabe and think his voice is adorable.
And if you don't, leave a comment about it so I can read it and internalize it forever.
Don't don't leave comments that'll make Gabe spiral. Don't do that.
No,
That's
do it for the
bad.
engagement. Do it. You know what? I dare you. I dare you to leave mean comments about me. I won't read them, but I want you to leave them there.
Uh, all right. Okay. Chaos
Fine.
has ensued.
You know what? We're causing drama on purpose.
Oh, that's a perfect segue into our conversation today. The topic is drama channels. So, we both have quite a few opinions about drama channels, and in my honest opinion, I think they're extremely toxic and not good for people's mental health. And I mean, because we're talking about drama channels that make money off of and like profiting off of people's, misfortune. And I
Like,
just don't, yeah.
yeah, like content farms where they just like constantly have updates around a certain situation that's
It's
not even needed.
obsessive.
Well,
Like
yeah,
it's creepy, it's obsessive, and it makes me cringe thinking about people watching anything that I do just to make a video about me.
hmm,
Do you have anything better to do with your life? Or
yeah,
anything productive to do with your life? Like, why are you so obsessed with this person? I understand some drama channels are like, I won't say the names of people, but I've seen a couple that are covering things like influencers that are pushing or like they're saying that they're pushing unhealthy lifestyles, but that content creator is saying that they're not, but it's very clear that they need help. And then it's
hmm,
kind of like the gray area with that where, but then again, if somebody is profiting off of like shock content or, negative attention is still attention on the internet. So almost in a way, you're enabling the behavior that you want to see stop. And
absolutely, yeah.
yeah, it's not helpful. So I don't know. I think there's a whole like ethical dilemma that goes into it too, or like you don't know this person. Why are you obsessed with commenting on their life and everything that they do?
Hmm. I was definitely like a watcher of some drama channels like years ago, but it was like, it was like big T drama where it's like the I forget the name of it, but it was like the whole scandal with James Charles, Tati, and Jeffree Star.
Oh,
Watched so
Dramageddon
many,
or whatever.
yeah, like whatever that that was like
Right.
fucking years ago,
Yeah.
But like like I would watch that because I'm just like, oh, I'm so nosy. But I also feel
Mhm.
like it's also the fact of like it's not my area as
Yeah.
well. Like I wasn't into beauty YouTubers. I wasn't into the beauty scene. I didn't have any strong opinions on James Charles, Tati, or Jeffree Star before the drama came out. But, like, I think that's, like, why so many people are interested in drama channels is because they either have a huge stick in the game or they don't have a stick in the game. Or it's just like, "Oh, I just want drama for drama's sake because I'm a nosy little bitch and I wanna know
Yeah.
what the hell is going down in, like, another part of the internet." Like, I'm not into Minecraft YouTubers, but I know most of the Minecraft drama. Um Not anymore because it's like it's over and done with, and I have a short-term memory, but, I feel like a lot of people watch drama videos and go like, "Oh my god, that's insane." Anyway, back to my taxes, like, it's not
Yeah, but you're not even
I
getting that person's side either. Like the person that's,
exactly, yeah.
being made. There's a content creator that I've seen many a times, Crazy K, adorable, adorable. Has been a writer for a while, does cosplays as I believe she uses she, her pronouns. I hope that I'm not incorrect. Um, but I believe that she uses she, her pronouns. She's been doing a lot of really cool like character makeup and she gets a lot of hate and for people that are just like for no reason. Like
Mhm.
and there was, I guess, one time where I don't even remember the whole thing that went down, but somebody made a video on her and were saying that like she doesn't care about her viewers' mental health or like she's profiting off of like making videos about mental health. And then Kay responded to that, just being like, are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
so if I talk about my mental health, I'm profiting off of mental health and like exploiting mental. No, like people can't even be genuine anymore without somebody being like, "I don't like that," or "I feel
Mhm.
like I can twist that into my narrative and make profit," which
Yeah.
is gross to me. Like,
And it, like I feel like it also feeds into, like, the topic we've talked about previously where it's just, like, people wanna nitpick people that they don't
yeah,
like, just so that way they have a reason to hate on them or dox them or XYZ, do a call out post, do a drama
yeah,
video, um, and it's like, because again, as someone who, had enjoyed that kinda content as, like, background noise when I did art,
yeah,
um, it's it's one and done for me because it's not my business. I'm not involved, but I'm sure the people who are either being called out for nitpicks
yeah,
or are being exposed are genuinely fucking hurt about this or are being genuinely, like, affected where it's just, like, now their real lives will never be the same because
yeah.
of an internet call out video,
And
that
it's
can
like it's not even being cognizant of the fact that that person has feelings and has a
yeah,
side to it too. And it's just like people that see drama videos immediately jump on the person that's being reported on and not even don't even bother thinking about their side or what they might be going through or might how it might be affecting them. Like
yeah,
they just believe blindly what they're seeing from this person where a lot of times the person that you're hearing like shit from is the problem and is
mhm,
twisting the narrative
yeah,
because the person that doesn't respond is like I'm trying to just like do my life and like live my life. But like it's just to me I don't understand why the internet feels so entitled to everybody else's life just because you put your life on the internet. People say all the time, well, you put your life on the internet so you want people to see it. That still ethically doesn't mean that you have a right to then harass and obsess and stalk that person for
yeah,
your own personal gain. Like, whatever happened to being a community of people or having, you know, any kind of emotional intelligence to be like, oh, that sounds bad. I should do my own research. Should talk to the person, or maybe I can talk to people that are close to that person. Like, why are you believing some random person on the internet that's doing drama channels on somebody who doesn't even know the person? Like,
yeah,
you really want tea? Go to the people that they know. Like,
yeah,
then if you don't get tea, there you go. Like, it's just people aren't allowed to just like exist anymore and put themselves out there to be seen without people that are upset or jealous of them immediately jumping on them for something to,
yeah.
bring them down, which is a horrible mindset to have.
Yeah. And again, you can dislike someone, you can not get on with someone and still like treat them with respect. Like
Right.
you don't have to call out every little mistake or even just like make a reason to hate somebody.
Mhm.
Cuz it's just like cuz if anything you're just grasping at straws in order to make yourself feel better about not liking someone. I'm going to give you to anyone listening I am gonna give you the explicit permission to not like someone for no reason. You're allowed, okay?
Yeah.
It's your God-given right to hate people. I stand by that. Like, you can just not like people. And it doesn't have to be any specific reason. You can just be like, I don't like their vibe, and it's like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or or it's like, you know what? They kinda have the mannerisms of something I don't like, or
Yeah.
they even just them existing next to me is really, like, messing with my, um like, it's overstimulating me. That's fine. You can experience that and still be polite to that person, you
Yeah.
know? Like, you don't have to straight up be like, "Okay, now I'm going to look into their past
Yeah.
and try to come up with a real reason to hate them." Like, "Oh,
Now I
they."
must destroy them. Like,
Yeah,
you need to go to therapy. Like,
you do.
that's a lot, boo. That is a lot for you to just get upset over somebody you don't even know and want to destroy
Mhm.
their life. Like, if the tables were turned, you'd be like, "Why is this happening to me?" Like, there's no emotional intelligence in that.
Yeah,
There's no empathy. Like, there's no, "Wait, would I how would I feel if somebody was doing this to me?"
yeah.
So, it's
Not
yeah.
Not to also mention is, like, a lot of these early call outs that I've been witness to are, like,
Mhm.
towards people in, like, their early 20s, right? It's either
Yeah.
doing the call outs or being called out for their actions.
Right.
And
Yeah.
as someone whose frontal lobe just, like, developed this past year,
Right.
I could say with absolute certainty that I am not going to, like, fully judge a person for what
Yeah.
they did, in their early 20s. It's like the argument of like, "Oh, but they're an adult." And it's like, "Okay, but no one wakes up on their 18th birthday and know exactly what the fuck they're doing."
That's
Okay?
not yeah, they're an adult, but that doesn't mean they're mature.
No, it doesn't because and even if at 25, I'll give, like, some like, grace with maturity is definitely, like, a thing, like, obviously, when you get older, you're supposed to be knowing better, but there's also, like, the idea of, like, people mature at different rates depending on
Yep.
their environment, depending on,
Yep.
whether or not they actually were able to socialize as a child, and experience other people. If your only viewpoint of the world is your small ass town in the middle of bumfuck any state, you're not gonna know exactly how it feels or how to talk to someone who's completely different than you.
Yeah.
Um, and so I feel like you're allowed to give people the grace to learn and to
Uh,
understand that they are learning. This isn't to give an excuse, obviously,
right.
to people who are like genuine assholes, but
Mhm.
you kind of also have to understand that if you're unable to tell this person to their face, like, "Hey, what you said kind of was a bitch move,"
Yeah.
um, then that's a problem on their part as a character, like the person offending you. Because
Yeah.
it's like, because if you're not open and you're not showing that you're open to critique or to growth, you're
Yeah.
going to stay stunted forever, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, and like, I'm not saying drama videos don't help that at all. Like, there's
No.
no way that you could be like you could post a very public video to call out on someone and then expect that person to take it well and to grow from that. Like,
Yeah.
some content creators do, and that's
Yeah.
great for them. I'm glad they were able to grow. Sorry, my cats are fighting. I don't know if you could hear that. There's,
You're
like, the
like,
thumps in the
"Stop!
background.
I'm on a podcast.
Get off the couch!
Stop."
Um, but, oh god, I lost my thought. Alright, so some
Sorry.
content creators are able to no, it's fine. It was the cat's fault. Um, but sometimes, like, some content creators are able to grow from that call out, and that's great for them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they are able to mentally handle that,
Yeah.
but being publicly shamed, because that's what this is. You're being publicly shamed.
Right.
Um,
Like, millions of people too. Like, if we're
yeah,
talking, like, big
potentially, yeah,
influencers. Yeah.
potentially millions of people,
Right.
and like for like little nitpicks of things, um, or like bigger mistakes where it's just like maybe you had bad business practices and
Yeah.
you accidentally, like, stifled people's pay, or you had a miscommunication and now your artist isn't being paid. Like, I heard, I follow, a YouTuber called Cat and Chat, and she does a lot of, like, art and VTuber, drama content in the realm of, like, beware of, like, scammers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in some cases, the people doing the call out are more like exposing the fact that this artist who has a chronic illness doesn't type fast enough, and it's like,
Mm.
"Okay, that's not really a call out." That's
Yeah.
just, so but, like, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That kind of post, that kind of call out is to shame the artist into quote unquote "doing better," when really you are guilt tripping a person who is chronically ill into feeling guilty about being ill, Like,
Right.
you are not helping that artist gain accountability. In some cases, you could be if that person genuinely was someone who had bad management. I was definitely someone who, did not do commissions well when I was, like, 23 because I did not know how to time manage, and so I would ghost people.
Yeah.
Um, Not, like, while I was being paid, but I
Right.
would definitely, like, stall for sure. Um, but, that's not reason enough to cancel an artist forever, or
Right.
to like, if that helps if public shaming helps them become more aware of the fact that, like, their time management sucks and they should fix that. I still don't like the method, but I'm glad he was able to grow or whatever.
But I feel
Yeah,
like they
it's
would
just
have grown anyway. I feel like they would have grown
exactly.
anyway without the public shame. Like,
Yeah,
what? Why are you so entitled to think that you will change this person? If this
yeah.
person is a shitty ass person, like you claim, they're going to continue being that way. If there's
Mhm,
somebody who wants to be better and wants to grow, it's going to happen in their real life when karma kicks them in the ass and they're like, oh, now I'm at a crossroads and now I
yeah,
need to figure out whether I want to be better or stay on this path.
yeah,
And I can either stop what I'm doing, switch things around, rethink, and go forward and be better. Or I can
mhm,
just be like, fuck you. I don't care. Like, I'm going to just keep doing what I do. And either way, like, that's going to happen offline. That's not going to
yeah,
happen online. Like,
no,
you doing that is you might think it helps, but a lot of times these influencers don't even may not even see what you're saying, depending on how
mhm,
big they are, and or don't care, or like they're, some influencers that are constantly clapping back. I'm like, you don't need to prove yourself to anybody, babe. Like,
yeah,
why are you don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to explain yourself. What you need to do is if you feel like they have a point in their call out, don't let that be like detrimental to you as a person because
mhm,
you need to learn for yourself. Like these people don't know you. They have no clue what you're going through. And even some of the people that do know, they will conveniently leave out things that would make more sense on your behalf to make them
yeah,
look better. And it's just
absolutely.
like it just doesn't it's so cruel to me and it's childish and immature and cruel that I watch these drama channels and they're like, "Oh my god, guys, I have hot tea." And I'm like, "Did you work today or like was the tea that like you did a double shift and you're so tired like that you did anything to contribute positively to society or you sat behind your computer and were a high school bully to someone?"
Yeah,
Like, good for you if that's what makes you happy. Like, if tearing other people down and obsessing over their life and just obsessing and commenting on their life, if that makes you feel better, I'm very concerned about your mental health and your state of being because
yeah,
you don't clearly have a life that is satisfactory enough to you to feel okay not doing that and not being somebody who craves constant attention from strangers on the internet. Like, we need to, and I think a lot of it's the younger generation being so chronically online that
mhm,
my dad, he's a pediatrician. out of Arizona, and he's done a lot of conferences with like the board and a lot of different places. I won't say names, but he's talked about it a lot, and I think I might have mentioned it in a previous podcast, but my memory is absolute garbage. So, but I know that he had mentioned having kids. So he's a pediatrician, so he sees kids up until I think they're like 18. And so they come into the office and they're just on their phones. Like they can't even look at him. And he's like, "Hi, I'm here. I exist. Like, are you going
That's
to engage
crazy.
with me?" And the family, like the mom or the caregiver, the caregiver is there answering for them while they're just brain dead on the fucking phone. And I'm like, you should be telling him what's wrong.
Mhm.
If you're old enough to, and if you're able to express your symptoms. But he's talked a lot about in his field of study that it's the rate of not only mental health decreasing, but the rate of people not making it out of it is, if I'm trying not to say the words, but people who can't handle that make a final decision that takes them away from us because of something that happened on the internet.
Yeah.
And it's just so that is so sad to me that it's not even just all young people, but it's mostly young people
Mhm.
having like influencers to look at and unrealistic body images. It's just things like the internet has just become a way to make people feel worse about themselves. And by doing drama channels, you're not making the world a better place. You're making it a more toxic place.
Yeah.
Like, do something better for yourself. Talk about your journey, your mental health. Like, do something like that. I feel like that's
Yeah.
good tea. Like, I could go on a podcast. We could have, episodes of talking about, we thought, what was that? Rethinking failure. We did that one where we talked a lot about like how our failures shaped us into people. And your call outs are not going to be the catalyst for change in somebody. They're just not.
No.
They don't, especially if they don't know you. Like, we're all people on the internet and we're all pretty irrelevant like, when it comes to the internet because the internet is a huge place. And even people who have millions of followers, you could ask somebody, especially people chronically offline, they're like, who?
Yeah.
They don't live their lives online. So, and it's better too. Like your mental health is so much better when you're not constantly online.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially, like, because I know that there's gonna be drama channels that argue it's like, "Oh, well, I'm giving the news," or something, like,
Right.
I'm giving, like, something important, like, if it's, a scandal involving,
Right.
essay or,
Yeah.
talking with people underage in a
Yeah.
very gross context,
Right.
and, like, that's fair, like, I understand wanting to give that, news outlet, like, give that voice to those people,
Yeah.
um, but in the same, like, vein is, like, a lot of these drama channels, because there's not, like, a scandal like that every week,
Yeah.
so they have to keep pushing out content in order to get
Mhm.
their fat check from YouTube.
Yep.
So they pick smaller crimes, and I put
Yeah.
crimes very loosely, like it's not even really crime so much as like a nuisance or a nuance. Um, where it's just like, oh, this guy unfollowed this guy, so there must be some drama involved. And it's like, or maybe they just don't want to follow each other. I don't know. Like it's like these all these social cues in social media is being used as evidence when really it could just be as simple as like, hey, we did a collab once, that collab's over. You have your content, I have my
Yeah.
content. I don't want to, that's it.
And why is it your business?
And
Like,
then why is it,
why is it your business? Why is it your business? Did they ask you to like call out somebody or did they
Yeah.
Why is their life your business? I don't understand. Like, "Oh, this person followed unfollowed this person." Okay,
Yeah, and, like
and
and that's, like, where the issue with drama channels come from is that they
Yeah,
run out of news, so they
yeah,
start, like, just picking up random stories. Like, there's a reason why 24-hour news channels are so not very good with journalism that much,
yeah,
because it's just like, you don't have news all the time.
yeah,
There's not, a crime happening every minute of the day that they need to report on. Sometimes that's why you have like parts of the morning broadcast where it's like, oh, we tried a recipe, or look at this dog we found. Like they have to like pad out the pieces with other stuff or just minor things where it's just like, yeah, so we heard a rumor once, and it's like, okay, that's not good journalism. You're
yeah.
like,
It just becomes bullying at one point. Like,
it does,
it
yeah.
just becomes bullying, online bullying. You think you're helping, but you're not, and it's like, I don't really understand what you get out of it. If you're getting paid by YouTube, like, great, but, like, I don't know why you would feel happiness from hurting somebody
Yeah,
and then getting paid to do it. Like, for me, I I can't even think about doing that. I don't feel like that's worth the money, like,
yeah,
any money. It's not something that I would wanna do. I don't wanna make people feel bad about themselves. I already feel bad about myself enough. So, like, it's why am I doing it to someone else?
yeah.
And that creator then is like, well, now I don't know who I can trust. Now I don't know
Mhm.
who actually supports me, or if they're just watching me because they want to catch me slipping up or catch me saying something that they can misconstrue and twist around to profit them. Like,
Yeah.
it's sick and I don't like it. I wish that people were more cognizant of how their actions affect other people,
Mhm.
but they're not because they don't care. There's a lack of empathy
Yeah.
in the community in all age groups. Like,
Mhm.
it's just, it's even in workplaces too. It's not just the internet, but the internet is a huge hub for it. So
Yeah.
it centralizes there.
And it's also just the fact of like, similar to how the saying goes where it's just like, once you say something, you cannot take it back.
Yep.
Um, it's like that, but you're amplifying it through the internet, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge advocate for, like, shit talking towards people when they can't hear you, or they will never hear you, because, like, sometimes you do need to vent. Sometimes you do need to
Yeah.
vent about, like, coworkers, or you're like, "Oh god, remember that X that one time?" And that's
Yeah.
fine. You can
Yeah.
talk shit all you want, but it's when you put that shit on the internet, or those people that you don't even interact with anymore
Right.
to see, and their family to see, and it's
Mhm.
like, you are putting out into the world so much hatred
Mhm.
that is now basically out of your control.
Yeah.
It like, you drop the pebble in the water, and now the tsunami hitting the island is
Yeah.
now, like, it's like, you drop that pebble, you you could affect someone so badly that they, as you said,
Mhm.
leave the world, okay?
Yeah.
They decide that they can't handle it anymore, and that's
Yeah.
your fault because you
Yeah.
decided to make a mountain out of a molehill, right? And
Yeah.
over something that you're not even a part of. Like, you weren't in the trenches. Like, you weren't the one that was being affected by it, you
Mhm.
just heard about it,
Right.
or you see it out of context, or you take someone complaining about them doing their job as an excuse to put out a video about how terrible their boss is,
Yeah.
okay? You're allowed to complain about work, you're allowed to
Yeah.
complain about your boss, but the second someone takes what you say as, like, a complaint and decide to ruin your boss's life, that's a little much, you
Yeah.
know?
People have gotten like fired from their jobs and stuff because of internet stuff, and
Exactly.
it's terrible. Like,
Yeah,
I
you
hope
are
you
going
sleep
to
well at night. Like,
yeah,
you know?
Like, do you feel better now that you made this person want to harm themselves,
Right.
homeless, jobless, um, seeing no hope in the world, taking away any creative freedom they had, again, over something that is so, so small. We're not talking about, um, assaulters. We're not
Yeah.
talking about huge, like, literal crimes. We're
Right.
talking about mistakes
Yep.
that drama channels like to amplify to be these huge fucking things
Yep.
when it's shit that it was either done as in like, it ended up badly because it was a mistake,
Yep.
or it just didn't pan out the way they hoped, or they just, like, they didn't know any better, or just,
Mhm.
like, that was fucking 10 years ago, like, it's
Right. Why are you living in their past? It's their
Mhm.
past to move forward from.
Yeah. Why are you what's the word? Why are you punishing
Mhm.
people for being uneducated in something? Like, that's another thing, is, like,
Yeah, or
a
young
lot
and
of these
dumb.
or young and dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's not like, God forbid, like, I'll use me as an example.
Yeah.
I don't know jack shit about accounting. I barely know how to use Excel.
Same.
Um, thank you. Even though
It's
it's probably about
confusing.
it is confusing. I don't understand the formulas. Anyway, but,
Right.
point being, um, and I try to be like, "And you guys need an accountant." Say, for example, like, someone needs an accountant. Be like, "Well, I know enough, and we're friends, so I'll help you out." And then, I do the job, and then, "Uh-oh, now we have to pay $10,000 out of pocket because I did the taxes wrong."
Right.
Like, that's a huge oopsie on my part, like, that's
Yeah.
10 fucking $1,000.
Yep.
Um, but, like, and I should be fired as your fucking accountant, but that doesn't mean that I should be homeless, jobless, and harassed,
Right.
right? Those are the mistakes we're referring to, is stuff where it's just like, "Yeah, you were kinda incompetent, but,
Right.
you shouldn't, like, be put to death on a spike and burned and then thrown into the river and drowned."
Right.
Like, it's not the worst thing that happened was like, "Okay, there's 10K," or and it's just like, "Alright, we gotta," worst case that happens, it's like, it's still my fault. I still had to
Yeah.
pay like, in this example, I would still have to pay the $10,000 or
Mm.
whatever, and that would be, like, my punishment was to pay that back or something, but, like, and lose my job, but
Right.
that should be it. No
Yeah.
one should be going onto the internet and being like, "Guys, don't hire this guy as an accountant
Right.
because"
It's
or
not your
"Don't work
business
with."
either.
Yeah, and it's like, "I
Like,
don't work with him ever because he's actually
right.
super incompetent all the time," and it's like, "No, dude, I was just
Yeah.
trying to help, and I knew a little bit more about Excel than everyone else in the room." Like, it's not
Right.
like, God forbid I had the dream to be an accountant, god damn it, like
Well, it's also just like people that wanna grow from their mistakes. I feel like
Yeah.
they can't because when it's painted that way, like, they can offline, I'm not saying they can't, that's bad choice of words.
Mhm.
But when you have stuff like that where it lives on the internet forever, like, you might grow up and look back on that video and be like, "Oh, shit, like, I" maybe you made up with that person. Maybe
Yeah.
something happened where you saw that person grow from their experience. Like, maybe you yourself matured and had have been reflecting and gone on a self-help journey and, you're starting to mature as a person. You're like, I can't take that back now
Yeah.
because now that's out there forever and it's showing me being toxic towards this person. Do you realize it's also going to come back on you? It's not necessarily always going to come back on the person that you're, reporting on. It's going to come back
Yeah.
on you too because people that truly think for themselves
Mhm.
and are emotionally intelligent,
Mhm.
they will look into something and they'll be like, okay, that's one side.
Mhm.
I'm going to see what this other side is, or I'm just going to make my own educated opinion, whether I want to even be involved with either of these people and
Mhm.
move on with my life. Like,
Yeah.
most people don't care. So they're just like, "Okay, whatever." But I in my own conscience, like, I wouldn't wanna have something out there myself where I was tearing down somebody else, and then later on, I'm seeing them do better. Like, I would rather be like,
Mhm.
"Okay, behind the scenes, I don't like what you did. I'm not gonna associate with you anymore." That should be
Yeah.
punishment enough. They're losing people that they, associate with. You
Mhm.
don't need to be the person that comes in and, goes all like, "Oh, we're gonna start an army and everyone's gonna hate on this person now, even if they haven't even talked to them." Like, it's a very much like a bully and gang up on people mindset, which is just
Yeah.
really, really childish, and it makes you to people like myself who I wouldn't say I'm super emotionally intelligent. I'm getting there. I'm working on myself, but like
Mhm.
I'm getting to the point where, like, when I see drama channels, I'm like, I don't have any interest. Whereas, like, when I was younger, I'd be like, okay, maybe I'll look.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see the tea. And it could just be, I'm 33 now and I'm just have no interest because I'm busy
Mhm.
working and I'm busy living my life with my wife and, trying to pay bills and living in the moment. But and then I look on these things and I'm like, especially the titles and like the headlines that they put to get clicks, even if it's clickbait, it's just, or people use thumbnails of somebody who isn't even involved.
Yeah.
And then it's like their pictures there, and then that person gets harassed, even though they were not even involved. It just was somebody else that like looked like a good thumbnail. Like, what are you doing? It's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand how you don't think that that makes you look bad.
Yeah.
Like, really think about that for a second. Really think about, what am I doing here? Am I being a positive influence on the world and the people that I interact with? Or am I being a bully just because I can?
Mhm.
And just because I think that I'm entitled and I can make other people hate this person because I do and I want to feel validated. And I
Yeah.
want to feel like I'm leading something. Like, you're
Mhm.
not though. You're not. You're
Yeah.
you're being somebody who no one should aspire to be because
Yeah.
you are not a very nice person. If
Yeah.
this is what you get your kicks off of, like if you get your kicks by hurting others, that's a serious problem,
No.
and
Yeah.
it's like you said, it's stuff that's, things that people get called out for. We're not talking about things that should actually be like tried and, you know,
Yeah.
put in jail for stuff like people have been, but it's, I think the internet is so entitled and so almost like, I feel like people are spoiled a little bit on the internet because it's so easy to twist a narrative to have people then be like, "Oh my god, yeah, like we should all jump on the hate wagon." Like, and then I see people still though. I do see people on the internet who will comment and be like, "Oh, well what about this?" Or like, "Let's think about it this way." And they all get
Mhm.
like hated on because they're trying to be emotionally intelligent about it and be like, "Well, maybe we should think about this from the other person's point of view." No, that gets buried,
Yeah.
like, just with people being like, "No, no, 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 no. You're either with us or against us." Like,
Yeah.
no, that's not how that's not how you should be thinking as an adult. As an adult, you should be thinking, "Does this person know this person? Like, is
Mhm.
this a real thing? Like, why are we involved? If it's something so serious, like their community and their family and people that know them need to get involved. Like, if you're just doing drama to do drama and to try to stir the pot, like it just really, I don't know. It makes me sad for the people, both of them, really, because it makes me sad thinking about the person that clearly has nothing better to do than to tear other people down and try to make them feel bad about themselves so that they can profit off of that.
Yeah.
That's terrible. And then I feel bad for the people who are being harassed and reported on because they can say whatever they want back or they can respond to it, but then it's just going to be the people that have already watched that video first,
Mhm.
like the drama video first that spins the narrative a certain way. they say it with such conviction that then it's like, "Oh, we're sold now." And then they
Yeah.
go to the creator, and even if they're trying to talk about it and say like, "Oh, yes, I've heard this, blah, 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 blah." Nope, not good enough. Apologies, not good enough. Nope, nope, nope,
Yep.
nope. Canceled. Nope, forever. You're done. Like, really? That's just it's shameful. And so,
Yeah.
like, my job is legitimately one of the best jobs I've ever had, also one of the hardest jobs I've ever had because, like, I don't get paid as much as, well, also my company agrees on this, but we work through the state, so it's like the state insurance is kinda finicky. Um, but we're in the business of literally every day, I know that I'm doing good
Mm,
because I'm helping families get access to food, shelter, housing, transportation and medical appointments for their kids, school, therapy. Like, I'm not the one actually doing the services, but in my position, we're like that middleman who we can contact the PCP and be like, "Hey, this kiddo needs therapy or family therapy, or they need a tablet so that they can speak through it." Like, I'm helping those families find those resources, referring them to those places, and getting them supported
yeah.
better to where they may not be able to afford it themselves. So we're finding programs for them that they can afford or that's free to help them and their family live a little easier. And
Mhm.
that's a huge impact on families. Like, I have 60 families on my caseload right now. 60
Yeah.
families, not just kids, families. Like, of all varying sizes. And I'm not gonna come home from a day of work and be like, "Okay, so I saw this person, I'm gonna," like, I have enough to deal with during the day with parents and people and hearing stories that break my heart, and I can't do more than what my job allows me to do. Like,
Yeah.
do something that fulfills you and challenges you every day,
Mhm.
that makes you a better person, that allows you to grow. Like, it doesn't have to be human services. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm in a pretty extreme based on how what I got in college for my bachelor's. Like, that's why I'm kind of in this one area. But things that are similar to that were even just small things like spreading compliments. I For the longest time I have always tried to, whenever I'm in the car or whenever we're out, this is legitimate. You can ask my wife. Like, I do this all the time just because I know what it's like to feel really down. I know what it's like to feel really insecure. And a lot of times, like, I just want to make people feel better. And it might be the human services aspect of it, but like, I will try to give at least one compliment to a stranger a day. Just because it makes me feel better, it makes me feel like I might have made somebody smile and I may have, made their day a little better. That
Yeah.
fills me. Like, I'm not gonna insult one person a day because I wanna feel powerful. Like, that's just lonely and it's gonna weigh down on your heart and your soul, and your
Mm.
energy that you're giving out is going to be very gross negative energy. So,
Yeah, yeah.
even if it's us driving and I'll, like, roll down my window, be like, "I love your dress." You know, the amount of people who, like, kinda, like, look, and I'm like, "Bah!" And my wife is like, "Oh, I signed a contract."
I am in it for the long
I'm
haul.
in it for the long haul. But it's just, like, almost every single time that I've done something silly like that, I've looked back and they've been smiling, even if it was,
Yeah.
like, giggling or like, "Oh my god, that was weird." Like, they went from not smiling to smiling.
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling to know that you're putting positive energy into the world. Like,
Mhm, mhm.
my car has a sticker that says, "I hope something good happens to you today," smiley face. So even if I don't talk to them, they're seeing me on the highway and I'm like, "I hope you're doing good, BB." Like,
Yeah.
be better. Like, be somebody who puts out love and light in the world and not this.
Yeah. Life is already so fucking hard. You
Right.
don't need to make it harder for someone else
Yeah.
just because you feel like you are quote unquote saving somebody from this
Right.
person. Um, because it's like another thing that like a lot of these call out posts or like one-off videos like to do is they're like, "Oh, just so you guys know,
Yeah.
this artist is a scammer because they don't respond fast enough," or
Right.
this person is a scammer because they didn't pay me fast enough.
Mhm.
And it's like, I understand wanting to bring that to attention to people,
Yeah.
but, you don't need like, tell your friends, word of mouth exists,
Yeah.
you know? Like, if you truly care about people, you would, like, say, for example, it's on Twitter, right? You would go to the people who follow that artist on Twitter and be like, "Hey, just so you know, this artist you follow, they kind of like are slow with responding, or they did this, or they stifled me, or whatever." Like, and if they make a call out post, that's on their conscience. But at least
Right.
for you, you're not directly causing this kind of like harm. Because again, some artists aren't very good at communicating. Um, but you don't know what's going on in their life, and they're not required to tell you that as
Yeah.
well. I feel like a lot of clients feel like they have the right to know if you're in the hospital or if
Yeah.
you're experiencing anything in life that causes even just not doing work. Like, their clients aren't entitled to knowing everything you do or why you're not doing the thing that they want you to do. Um
Yeah.
like, should you be transparent? Absolutely, as transparent as you can, but you
Yeah.
clients shouldn't feel like it's like an obligation. That's what a TOS is for, um,
Yeah.
and a contract as well. But
You're
like,
using words to like make it sound worse than it actually is.
exactly, yeah,
You know?
um, but like, yeah, but that's what I we need to go back to word of mouth when it comes to drama and stuff,
Yeah.
because, like, especially, like, for, like, lower fractions, or
Yeah.
infractions, because it's like, if you truly care about other people, you
Mhm.
would tell that person, you know? Like, if someone is, like, working for someone that you know slighted you before, you would be like, "Hey, just so you know, just to be cautious, a few years ago, this person slighted me, and I just want you to know that, that's in their history, so
Yeah.
just be cautious and, like, try to think of a solution that I didn't think of during that time," you know? Um, you absolutely can do that. You absolutely should, because that's, trying to look out for your fellow man. But doing a whole call out post over a small infraction is completely uncalled for, especially in like, again, the public shaming sphere. It's like
Mhm.
you are not helping. You are not making the situation better. If anything, in like the worst cases, we have lost artists on the internet, as in like they just leave the internet. They
Yeah.
still like hanging around, but they stop doing internet stuff on the internet because of a call out where it's just like, hey, don't do this artist because they actually kind of suck at time management. And it's like that fucking sucks,
You can't
you
even
know?
grow from that. Like it's stupid
Mm-mm.
for someone to feel so entitled to call somebody out and then that person can grow from that and become a better artist or you learn from their mistakes or realize that something wasn't the right path and then
Yeah.
that's not allowed because you did this thing once. And like
Yeah.
even if you've clearly made it better, I'm still going to hold that over your head or we're still going or someone new is still going to hold over. It's like you can't it's not your job to keep people honest, it's their
Mhm.
job to keep themselves honest.
Yeah.
Like, even word of mouth can be toxic because the way that you're telling stories, a lot of times people are telling stories where that they only tell the parts where something bad happened. They don't tell any parts about what they said or what
That's
they
age.
did, like that they contributed to any kind of fallout there was, like,
Yeah.
or the context that they may have known. it's just chaos, and it's something that I've noticed more and more when I'm online, that any tiny thing that can be said or misconstrued is immediately blown up into something and made into a drama video, and I'm like, "When did we when did we become a society that was so immature
Yeah.
and toxic and wanting to hurt other people?" Like, this is why we're always divided.
Mhm.
It's not all of the things that people think. People think it's all politics. It's not all politics. It's literally the fact that people can't have mature conversations with one another, especially if they've, done wrong. Like I had somebody who was in our life for a past couple years, my wife and I, who really, really hurt us. And it was
Mhm.
very toxic, and we aren't friends with them anymore. But they reached out recently and they said, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much of it was genuine, but I'm not going to like assume that it wasn't. But they, emailed me and said, I just want to apologize for the way that I acted. I want to take accountability for my part and, acknowledge the things that I didn't acknowledge before. And
Mhm.
I was like, honestly, I responded back. I'm like, I accept your apology. Things were tough between everybody. You're not the only one that was wrong in every situation. It always takes multiple people to be wrong in a situation.
Mhm.
And I'm very appreciative that you apologized for your part. And I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you can continue to find, peace and just sending love and light even to people who have really hurt you. Um, with the you know, with the exception of some people that have really hurt you in ways that if you don't want to forgive, you don't need to. Like I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
there's like I have an ex that I will not forgive. Like I feel like I've kind of forgiven, but it's to the point where like there was just so much that happened there that was really bad that I don't believe that the apology is genuine because I know
Yeah,
who that
yeah.
person is, right? And I'm seeing the same patterns when they apologize that I saw 12 years ago.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, that kind of gives me the feeling that you're not being genuine. So, no, no, thank you. Um, but then again, it's more just I don't have a desire to have you in my life, but I don't wish you any ill will.
Yeah.
I hope that you find happiness and, please don't contact me again. Just be civil and break it up. Then you don't have to go and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this person said that don't talk to me anymore. Can you believe somebody doesn't wanna talk to me?" Like,
Exactly.
you're not entitled to people's time and their energy or their life or
Mhm.
their anything. Like, no one's gonna keep that person honest but themselves, and you could
Yeah.
think that you're helping, but you're actually hurting.
Yeah. And it's also just, like, the fact of, you have someone in your life that you could if you, like, you have the power to ruin someone's life if you made a public post
Right.
for and I do as well. But
Mhm.
it's like, we're not gonna do that because we
Right.
understand that, like, that's not going to be helpful,
Right.
and I'm not gonna feel better
Right.
because I said that. That's another thing is, like,
Mhm.
if you're not gonna feel better as the person involved if you make the call out post. But because these people are like third parties or they're not
Right.
actually in the fucking trenches, they're not the people being harmed,
Right.
um, they feel like they're doing a duty to the people who are harmed by making a call out post about the person. And it's like it doesn't you're not helping the people that were harmed or slighted or whatever, or slightly
Right.
inconvenienced in some cases. Um, if anything, you are just, like, bringing up unnecessary things
Mhm.
under the guise of being a white knight, about being
Right.
a savior. Like, no one I would not feel seen if someone made a post talking about someone who slighted me. Like,
Right.
like in, my example, it's also, like an ex, because those
Yeah.
usually they usually
Yeah.
do that.
A lot of X
Um,
stories.
a lot of ex stories that we will not make an episode about because no.
No. No.
That's exclusive on our Patreon for
No.
$100. Uh,
No.
right, right, sorry, $10,000. Um,
True. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
that's fair. If you want the tea, pay us $10,000, it's already up on our Patreon. Anyway.
$10,000 a month.
A month for
A
at least a
month.
year. We want a year subscription up front. Uh,
Yes.
but anyway, like if someone that I told about my ex to decided, because like my ex, has a little bit of an influence online. Um,
Okay.
Not a lot, but like,
Yeah.
like more than me, definitely. Like
Yeah.
let's say he's in like the 40K range. But
Okay.
if someone came to me, because this was like again years ago, so it's like is he's probably not even the same person.
Yeah.
But anyway, if I were to tell somebody that like, oh hey, this ex that I have that has currently 40K followers on Twitter, um, did this really awful thing to me, and then they decided to go around and make a call out post based off of what I said, keeping me anonymous, I would feel like my trust was violated.
Right.
Um, like, and if they're like, "Oh, but I'm exposing him. Don't you feel better? I'm warning
No.
others about him." And it's like, that's not why I told you that. You
Right.
know, you're not s- doing this for me, that you're doing this for you because you're the one getting engagement. I'm not because I'm like, and even then, it's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not gonna, he could have changed by now.
Yeah.
And even
Could
if
have.
he
Yeah.
didn't, yeah, and even if he didn't, he stayed exactly the same, I still wouldn't want that because it's like he still got success somehow, you know?
It's
There's
like,
still
but also like I told you these things in confidence too, where it's
yes,
like,
exactly.
why would you then like go and spread that? Like, because you don't have my consent to do that. And
Mhm.
so that makes me feel like I can't tell you anything. Like, we can't be
Yeah,
friends because I can't tell you anything in confidence without you feeling like I can profit off of this. That's not a
yeah.
win.
And especially like obviously his crime was more than this, but let's say it's like
Right.
a lesser crime of like, oh, he stood me up on a date once. Like that's still a shitty thing to do.
Right.
It was still like an asshole move, but I don't want him canceled over that, over being a bad partner or something.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the crime does not fit the punishment.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not that big. Like you're not saving me. You're
Hmm.
not speaking for me, on my behalf when I didn't even want it.
Yeah.
No one I never asked you to do it. Like, it would be different if I asked them to do it, but, like,
Yeah.
because that's, vindictive on vindictive, but, like, I if I didn't ask and I didn't, like, have any consent involved,
Yeah.
that's really shitty to do, and, like, I can't imagine for the people who, like, are, like, if there's, like, a drama where it's like, "Oh, we're exposing this person, because all the people they worked with said that they were a shitty person," and I was one of the people that worked for them, and I would be
Yeah.
like, "I was never asked. Where was
Yeah.
my question? Where was my sit-down interview? I've
Right.
worked for this person." Sure, it was, like, for a one-off contract, but it was still like I worked for them for many months
Hmm.
during this, crucial period of this timeline, um, and I was never asked. And so
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's like, interesting how you don't ask one of the people that were involved, but you claim all of these people feel this way, when
Right.
really it's just a few people just complaining, and
Yeah.
they're allowed to complain, but that
Yeah.
doesn't make, um
Doesn't make it true.
it doesn't make it true, or it doesn't make it, like, worthy enough
Right.
for a video or, like, a call out post or something, because it's like, again, everyone complains about their job.
Mhm.
You know, like, I love my job, I love where I work, I love the people I work with, but
Yeah.
goddamn, sometimes they're fucking
Mhm.
stupid,
Yep.
and so I
Mhm.
come home to my wife and I fucking complain,
Yes.
you
As you
know,
should.
as I should, and then I would go to work and be like, "Hey, remember that thing you did last time? How about
Mhm.
we try it this way?" You know, like, I would never say it to them to their face. I would be like, "Hey, you did like a minor mistake that really
Mhm.
fucked me over." I wouldn't say fucked, but, you know, like,
Yeah.
you really, like you did a minor mistake that really, like, inconvenienced me, so we're gonna go over it together so that way we both know what's expected of us, you know? Or
Right.
if there's something that you don't understand that I said, we should fix that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna just leave it alone, you know? Like,
Yeah.
but again, everyone can complain about their job. They can complain about clients they don't like working with, but
Mhm.
still work with them because that's what being a professional
Mhm.
is doing your job because it's your job.
Right.
Um, and obviously, and also because, you know, I don't know any, like, I'm talking strictly about the United States. The United States is, I think the phrase is, will to work. Um, So if you don't want to work, you can leave. If you don't want to work, you can quit and you don't have to say anything to anybody. You can just be like, I don't want to do this anymore. You guys
Mhm.
treat me shitty, or I don't want
Yeah.
to do this anymore. You don't pay me enough. And you can just
Right.
go and you don't have to say anything about it. Except for when we talked about work experiences and I just talk shit the entire time. But
Right.
but sometimes, you know, like, at that point, those managers that worked at that Alamo Draft House are probably gone because they're bad managers. They
Right.
left. They were fired or they went somewhere else. They don't like that Alamo that I called out in Virginia
Mhm.
are probably way better now. You
Yeah.
know, because again, it's been years and people change, management changes, people grow. You can still be like, "Hey, this company, like, sucked to work with. I wouldn't recommend them." Um, and that's fine. You can say that without, like, being like, "Oh, actually, Disney's fucking fucked." You know, like, you don't have
Right.
to
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I feel like people think that their opinions are going to I don't know what the word is, but get them more authentic connection. And
Mhm.
sometimes it might, but sometimes it's like, is that really a connection you want with people like that are going to grow with you? Are they going to grow with you and learn with you as friends, as people that are in your life? Or are they just there because right now you're doing something that's popular and
Yeah.
or like hating on somebody that's popular, which is like a whole, like we said, very toxic mindset to have.
Mhm.
But then as soon as like just like the internet does, it turns its back on you in like a second. What
Yeah,
makes you think it won't happen to you? And those same people
exactly.
are going to do the same thing to you. So like
Mhm.
the behavior that you're seeing right now, what makes you think that that's not going to be the same treatment that you get? Because
Yeah.
people on the internet are so easily swayed that it's like authenticity almost it doesn't even reach anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Like, not to mention, like, if someone came to me, like, we were just, like, hanging out and they were like, "Oh my god, I ruined, like, so many artists' lives with, like, call outs because they were terrible people." I would be like,
mhm.
"Noted.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be your friend anymore because 'cause I'm an artist,"
Yeah.
you know, like, it's not
Yeah.
I'm because at that point, I could complain about anything, and
Yep.
they could make a call out post about it, like, remove
Yeah.
context, remove, nuances, remove the fact that, like, you know, I have a full-time job on top of freelancing, you know, like, it's
Yeah.
not like, remove context in order to paint me as someone who, uh, doesn't talk to their clients or is slow with updates, and it's like, "No, I'm not gonna be your fucking friend anymore,"
No.
you know? Especially if you parade it around like a fucking peacock,
Right.
like it's this huge badge of honor, and it's just like, "No, that's fucking weird that you are so proud of the fact that you ruined so many artists' career.
Badge of dishonor.
No, for real.
Dishonor, like, honestly. 'Cause, like, for me too, I'd be like, "Mm." Now I'm thinking that if I say anything to you or, like, if I piss you off, like,
Yeah.
"Wha s you no, 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 I'm a ride or die, like, I'm gonna oh, your secrets are safe with it." I'm pretty sure you were ride or died with these people too, or at one point
Yeah.
at something, and, like, there's no privacy anymore in the world, and there's no
Mm-mm.
like, it's so hard to find like, authentic friendships and relationships now
Yeah.
because of that, because people feel like they have a sense of power over others. And rather than seeing us all as equals and seeing us all as people who are flawed and are going to make mistakes and are going to do stupid things and, whatever the reason is, like just being like giving people, like you said, the grace and the kindness to change and to learn. And if you're really concerned about that person, like again, with like people that are talking about people's health online, if you're really
Mhm.
concerned, reach out to them personally, reach out to people that are in their real life that can maybe help. Like, I know it happened to one of the creators, I won't say names, but um, like somebody had reached out and then they got to go into, like, therapy and got help.
Mhm.
But that was because they contacted people in their real lives that helped them get to that point, and
Mhm.
then when they came back on the internet, it was like a whole relapse. It just
Yeah.
and that those real friendships that really tried to help this person was so interested in the internet that they were completely blind to what their friends were telling them and really trying to help them
Mhm.
because they wanted that attention. And I think the society is so attention starved
Yeah.
when you're chronically online that you have to build a community around yourself because you want to feel like you're wanted and you want to
Mhm.
feel like you're needed. And like at the end of the day, you're alone with yourself.
Yeah.
It sounds really bad, but it's not. Like at the end of the day, you need to be your own best friend. Everybody says that. But the right people will find you when you know how to love yourself and when you know how to work on yourself and acknowledge things that you've done and sit there and go, "No, that makes sense. Like I'm going to make note of that and I'm going to try harder." Like it's not about hate and guilt and shame. It should be about love and patience and kindness and change.
Mhm.
But it's nobody wants to see it that way.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So I had to drink because I was like, "Oh, my throat,
Talking for too long.
talking for too long. I don't know how people do this." We were on a call when you were doing your recording, and you were like, "I don't
Yeah.
know how to."
No, I never like, I was telling, my wife about it, and I was just like, "Oh my god, I don't know how these fucking people do it for so
Yeah,
long," and it's like like, the thing is we do, like, an hour-long recording for these podcasts,
yeah.
but it's like but because we, like, take turns, it's not nearly as bad, but, like, just sitting with you on that 1 hour, like, call, just, like, talking by myself for so long.
Right?
Oh
I
my
was like, "Doing
gosh.
great, sweetie."
No, it was really appreciated, especially when I, like, flubbed lines and I was just like, "Bleh," like, it was great.
Yes. I was there for support the whole way.
Yeah, at this point, you should just be like my, what is it called? Like, audio director or something? Like, the person
Yeah.
that just sits in during calls and gives direction.
I was gonna be like, "Soccer mom, you doing great, sweetie." "Ah, you call that a foul." "Ref, get over here. I need to talk to you. That's my boy." But
Oh my god.
honestly, yeah, so I think, in closing, because I
Mhm,
know we've been chatting for a while, we seem to have a lot of the same topic requests or topics that are voted on,
mhm,
in the Discord that I have for, like, close friends, and it's a lot of, like, internet culture, um, what is the word? Internet etiquette, that's the word I was
mhm,
looking for, and I think because people talk about it, but I don't think they talk about it a lot of times in a really real, raw, authentic way in terms of, like, really getting down to the nitty-gritty, which I feel like
Yeah.
we kind of do, we try to. I'm sure there are other podcasts and other people that talk about it more, and, if you guys have any recommendations on podcasts that have, like, similar topics to ours, I would love for you to leave them in the comments and let me know so I could check them out and support them. But, yeah, it's more just because it's so prevalent, and there's always something to talk about when it comes to, like, internet culture because the world is running on the internet right
Yeah.
now. So, but my honest thoughts or what I've said every time is just try your best to sit with yourself, self-reflect, see things from others' point of views as well, and not just assume that you're always right. And, living in a victim mindset, like my uncle, it's not healthy. And it's sad because then you isolate yourself from the world as you get older and people don't want to be around you as much. You don't want that. You want people to know that you're adaptable and that you're somebody that they can talk to, that you can have a conversation with. It's all about being willing to change and being willing to adapt and listen and communicate and not just always have to be right. And that's my final thought.
Nice. I
What's your
agree with
final?
all of that. Yes.
You can't just steal. You can't just copy
I
me.
copy you
You can't just
entirely.
say D all of the above, Gabe.
Yes, I can, and you or else you'll have to make a call out video about it. Uh, uh,
No.
okay, well, my thoughts, like D all of the above plus, uh,
Plus.
plus my own thoughts. Like, there's always going to be 2 sides to every story.
Mhm.
Always be aware of the fact that, some people will omit things in
Yeah.
order to make the argument seem better for their side.
Yeah.
Um, for those of you who, wanna be a voice for the victims, think for a second a little bit more about how the victims would feel, or
Mhm.
if you're even speaking for all of them or just a choice few,
Right.
um, and to like divulge that. Um, and also just like as Rain was talking about earlier, it's just put some positivity out in the world. If you see someone wearing really cool earrings,
Yeah.
talk to them about it. You don't have to scream out of the car like she
Listen.
does, but because if you're like me and you're normal, you can just be like, "Oh, I like your hair," as you walk by. It's not you don't have to, make it this big deal. But
It's not my fault that I'm eccentric, whatever.
it is. Yeah, you were raised that way. Anyway,
I just was, yeah.
you just came out like that.
Yeah, you can't scream out the car door, that's mine. I've trademarked it.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Okay.
you can't even talk about it.
Sorry. You know what? Just editor bleep that whole entire conversation out. Especially when I say it. Uh,
Right.
but anyway, serious note is like there's already so much negativity in the world. Um, so try putting something positive in it when you can. Um, even just, like complimenting your favorite artist's artwork under their posts or just like a kind little comment to your favorite writer, to your favorite creator can really make their day. You may think that they don't see it, but I promise you that they probably do. And they think about that really kind word that you said. Um, but yeah.
And reach
But
out, like, honestly,
yeah.
if you feel like you've hurt somebody and you're too embarrassed or ashamed to reach out and apologize, I would say take the chance and apologize, like, own it. More than
Mhm.
likely, that person's going to appreciate and accept that apology and move on from it. If they don't, like, if they wanna live and be angry at you for the rest of their lives, at least you owned it, and at least you apologized and took ownership of, you know, somebody else's hurt that you even if you indirectly caused it,
Yeah.
it's good practice to really see things and go, "Wow," like my friend, like I said. reach out, apologize for your side of things. They can either give their side and apologize too, and you could have a good closure, or they could just be like, "Yeah, fuck you." But
Yeah,
I would encourage people to actually try, like,
yeah.
and not to feel ashamed of that. It's a good positive thing to understand when you've done something that has hurt somebody else and reach out and apologize to them.
Mhm. And also just, like, definitely put those podcasts in the comments about, like,
Yeah.
that are similar to us. Give them a little shout out, give them a little attention, and also if you have any topics that you guys would be interested in hearing our perspective on, also flood those in the comments, and don't forget to insult me, make me cry,
No. Oh my
um,
god. Gabe,
make me feel things
we were
that I
just
would
talking
never
about
feel before.
positivity.
Yeah, we gotta have the good balance, we gotta have the negatives and the positives,
Gabe is
yeah.
chaotic evil. We've
Yeah, so
established
every
that.
so for every negative comment, I'm expecting a like on this video as well. I will be counting, I will be holding you accountable. I will find your IP address
No.
and send you this letter. I
Oh my god. Oh.
but yeah, insult me, uh, like the video. Any other closing thoughts, Rain, before I just take
Dig your
over?
hole deeper. Like,
Literally,
the hole
it's
and
like
deeper.
I can't
I
just
feel like
yes
you're at
and this
somebody's yeah.
entire outro.
Well, I'll just say thank you guys for watching. I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Song of Rain. Um, if you think that
Remember,
you
for
want
$10,000, we'll talk shit about our exes
oh my god, yeah,
for
don't
you.
forget about that. That's totally Gabe's doing, not mine.
No, I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll drop names too. You want names,
You
last name,
already did in
addresses?
our
I got
job
you.
podcast. Like,
Hey, I didn't say the name of any of the managers.
you said the name of the company. That's enough. But anyway, you guys, we'll be back soon. And like I said, I'm gonna try to post at least one podcast a month with my full time job, everything that's going on, so that I can have a good backlog. So this one's probably coming out in like maybe like a month after it was recorded or two. So just keep tuning in. Let us know which ones you like versus which ones you think could be better. Constructive feedback is always great. If you just are here to be an asshole, like go do something with your life and think
Leave
about
a
your choices.
comment so that way we get engagement and then move on with your life.
Like literally go do something better with your life than just sit here and be hateful for no reason. Like I feel bad for you. Put love into the world, put positivity into the world, and everybody make sure you stay hydrated, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.